These were not the forests we know. They were dominated by giant ferns, towering club mosses, and early seed-bearing plants like conifers. These primeval jungles were, silent in a way, lacking the songs of birds or the buzz of many modern insects. Yet they were teeming with a different kind of vitality, a raw, ancient greenness. The animal life of Pangaea was equally alien and fascinating. This was an age before the dinosaurs truly dominated, though their early ancestors were beginning to appear. Giant insects thrived in the oxygen-rich atmosphere, dragonflies with wingspans like eagles and millipedes several feet long. Amphibians, still tied to the water for reproduction, grew to impressive sizes, and new kinds of creatures, the early reptiles, were making their mark. These were the pioneers, adapting to a life fully on land, their scaly skin protecting them from the sun, their amniotic eggs freeing them from the need to return to water to lay their young. Carrying the scent of damp earth and strange vegetation, the days were shorter, the moon closer, and the very feel of the world was ancient, primal. It was a unified landmass, crafting creatures that were perfectly adapted to this unique period in Earth's long history. Pangaea was a vibrant, living world, a testament to life's tenacity and its ability to conquer new frontiers, a crucial chapter in our planet's story. Imagine looking up from the strange landscapes of Pangaea. The ancient sky above would have been both familiar and profoundly different. The sun, our constant star, would have risen and set, casting its light upon the giant ferns and early reptiles. But the days were shorter then, perhaps only around 22 hours long, as Earth's rotation was faster. The moon, our celestial companion, would have appeared much larger and more imposing in the night sky. It was closer to Earth in those ancient times, its gravitational pull stronger, creating more powerful tides that swept across the shores of the vast Panthalassa Ocean. The solar system itself was, and still is, a dynamic place. While the major planets had long settled into their orbits, the heavens were not as empty as they might seem today. The arrangement of stars in the constellations would have been subtly different due to the slow drift of stars over millions of years. Perhaps comets and asteroids were more frequent visitors to the inner solar system, their fiery trails occasionally lighting up the prehistoric night, reminders of the cosmic debris still present from the solar system's formation. One particularly dramatic event in Earth's very early history, long before Pangaea had profoundly shaped our sky and our world, the formation of the Moon. Scientists believe a Mars-sized protoplanet, sometimes called Theia, collided with the young Earth, which eventually coalesced to form our Moon. This event not only gave us our beautiful lunar companion, but also tilted Earth's axis, giving us seasons. The ancient sky, therefore, bore a silent testament to this violent but crucial formative event. So the beings of Pangaea, had they possessed the consciousness to gaze and wonder, would have seen a sky alive with subtle differences. The faster spin of the Earth, the looming presence of a closer moon, all contributing to a unique celestial experience. This ancient sky was not just a backdrop, it was an integral part of Earth's environment, its gravitational influences shaping the planet's geology and biology. Jehovah's cosmic design included not just Earth, but its entire neighborhood, a complex and interconnected system where each part played its role in the unfolding story of creation, a grand celestial dance. The vibrant world of Pangaea, with its giant insects and sprawling fern forests, was not destined to last forever. Towards the end of the Permian period, roughly 252 million years ago, Earth faced its most severe crisis, the Great Permian Extinction, an event often called the Great Dying. This was not a swift catastrophe like an asteroid impact, but a prolonged period of environmental upheaval that pushed life to the very brink. It began with massive volcanic eruptions on a scale difficult to comprehend, centered in what is now Siberia. These Siberian traps spewed colossal amounts of lava, ash, and toxic gases into the atmosphere for hundreds of thousands of years. The consequences of these relentless eruptions were devastating. The immense quantities of carbon dioxide and methane released into the atmosphere triggered runaway global warming. Temperatures soared both on land and in the oceans. As the oceans warmed, they lost their ability to hold dissolved oxygen, creating vast anoxic dead zones where marine life suffocated. On land, the changing climate and toxic air decimated the lush forests and the creatures that depended on them, It was a planetary catastrophe, a slow, agonizing decline of a once thriving biosphere. The changes were profound and far-reaching. The supercontinent Pangaea itself may have contributed to the severity, with its vast interior becoming incredibly arid and hot. The delicate balance of ecosystems built up over millions of years collapsed, and around 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species vanished from the Earth. Trilobites, which had roamed the oceans for hundreds of millions of years, disappeared forever. The great forests of giant ferns and club mosses withered, replaced by hardy, opportunistic plants or simply barren landscapes. The world became a hostile, impoverished place. This was not an act of divine punishment, but a consequence of immense geological forces, a natural upheaval inherent in the dynamic processes of a living planet. Earth, in its long history, has experienced many such trials. The Great Dying was a stark reminder that creation is not a static state, but a continuous process of change, sometimes gentle, sometimes incredibly violent. The very foundations of life were shaken. It was coming to a desolate end, a world choking on its own breath. Though their great Permian extinction brought unimaginable devastation, instead think of it as a profound reset, a canvas wiped almost clean, preparing the way for something new. In the aftermath of such widespread loss, the few surviving species found themselves in a radically altered world, a vast opportunity for life to diversify and evolve in new directions, to explore forms and functions previously unimagined. The creator's work, it seems, involves not just beginnings, but also transformative clearings. The recovery from the Great Dying was slow, taking millions of years. The planet itself needed time to heal, for the atmosphere to clear, for ocean chemistry to rebalance, but life in its remarkable resilience clung on. The survivors, those hardy plants and animals that had weathered the storm, became the ancestors of entirely new lineages. That the next great era of life would emerge. The catastrophe, as terrible as it was, acted as a powerful evolutionary filter, favoring adaptability and resilience, and setting the stage for the rise of creatures that would dominate the Mesozoic era, the age of reptiles, including the dinosaurs. This concept of destruction leading to renewal is a powerful theme in the story of creation. Just as a forest fire can clear out old undergrowth, allowing new seeds to sprout and reach for the sun, so too did this mass extinction pave the way for a different kind of flourishing. It demonstrates that Jehovah's creative process is dynamic, often working through cycles of upheaval and regeneration. The end of one chapter, however bleak, the earth was not abandoned, it was being reshaped, prepared for new tenants and new wonders. So, the Great Permian extinction, while a time of immense suffering for the life forms of that era, can be seen as a crucial turning, but one that ultimately allowed for a more complex and diverse tree of life to grow. The slate was not entirely blank. This profound crisis underscored the incredible tenacity of life and the planet's capacity for recovery, hinting at a creative force that continually works to bring forth novelty and complexity from even the deepest desolation, guiding the Earth towards its next great epoch. As we delve deeper into the scientific understanding of our universe, from the grand scale of cosmic expansion to the intricate dance of molecules that form life, we find not a contradiction of faith, but a revelation of profound artistry. The laws of physics, the precise constants that govern the cosmos, all can be seen as the fingerprints of Jehovah, the divine artisan. Science in this light becomes a tool for appreciating the sheer ingenuity and meticulous detail woven into the fabric of creation. It allows us to glimpse the how behind the who and the why, that allowed stars to form, to shine for billions of years, and to create the heavier elements necessary for planets and for life itself. Think of the unique properties of water, so essential for life as we know it, or the intricate genetic code that carries the blueprint for every living thing. These are not mere accidents, but rather indications of a universe fine-tuned for complexity and existence. The more we learn through scientific inquiry, the more we can marvel at the underlying order and elegance of the cosmos, a testament to a mind of unimaginable intelligence and foresight. The story of Earth's creation, from its fiery birth to the emergence of Pangaea and the subsequent upheavals, reveals a creator who works through natural processes, through time and through change. The Permian extinction, though devastating, was part of this ongoing creation, a reshaping that allowed for new forms of life, including, eventually, humankind. But not as a distant, disconnected entity, his wisdom embedded in its very structure and its capacity for transformation and renewal. Therefore, faith and science need not be adversaries. They can be partners in our quest for understanding. Science unveils the mechanisms for meaning, purpose, and awe. The ongoing discoveries about our planet and the cosmos only deepen the wonder, revealing a creation far more intricate, dynamic, and magnificent than we could have ever imagined. The Earth, in its beauty and resilience, stands as a profound testament to Jehovah's ongoing work, a masterpiece still in progress, inviting us to explore, to learn, and to marvel at its unfolding glory. The story of Earth is far from over. The creation we've explored, from the first spark of light to the ancient world of Pangaea and its dramatic transformations, Jehovah's creative work is not a relic of the distant past. It is an ongoing process, unfolding around us and within us every single moment. The planet continues to change, continents drift, mountains rise and fall, and life continues to evolve, adapting to new challenges and opportunities. We are living within this grand, dynamic tapestry, participants in its continuing creation. What wonders await in Earth's next chapter? Science offers us glimpses, theories about future continental configurations, climate shifts, and the further evolution of life. But the full story remains unwritten, held within the divine plan. Will new forms of life emerge as wondrous and strange as those of Pangaea? How will humanity, now a significant force shaping the planet, interact with these ongoing creative processes? These are questions that invite not fear but a profound sense of curiosity and responsibility, a call to be thoughtful stewards of this precious world. The universe and our small corner of it remains full of mystery and awe. Every sunrise, every newly discovered species, every glimpse into the vastness of space is an invitation to wonder. The fingerprints of the Creator are not just in the ancient past, but in the present moment, in the intricate beauty of a flower, the vastness of the ocean, the unwavering laws that govern all things. This ongoing creation speaks of a God who is not static, but ever active, ever revealing new facets of his magnificent design, encouraging us to keep exploring and learning. So let us look upon our world with eyes open to its enduring marvels and its continuous transformation. Let us embrace the spirit of inquiry, seeking to understand the intricate workings of this planet and the cosmos. The story of creation is a source of endless inspiration, and as we stand on the cusp of tomorrow, we can be certain that the Earth's journey will continue to be one of wonder, challenge, and breathtaking beauty, beckoning us to anticipate the unfolding of its next great era with hope and eager curiosity.